The sun dipped behind the Genoa city skyline, turning the sky a soft blush pink, fitting, perhaps, for a day that many thought would never come again. At Crimson Lights, strings of fairy lights glowed like captured stars, transforming the familiar coffee house into an intimate wonderland. The patio had been draped in white chiffon and roses, their fragrance mingling with the comforting scent of espresso. But even the romantic set dressing couldn't compete with the luminous excitement radiating from Christine Blair. She stood near the entrance, a vision in a satin dress that shimmered with every heartbeat. It wasn't overly formal. Christine had never been one for extravagant displays, but it held a timeless grace, a return to the girl she once was and the woman she had become. Her hair had been swept into soft waves, and a delicate cluster of tiny pearls adorned her wrist. She looked beautiful, yes, but more importantly, she looked content. Across the patio, Danny Romalotti stood with Michael and Lauren, trying and failing to appear collected. Every few seconds, he adjusted his tie, then his cuffs, then his jacket. For a rock star who once commanded stadiums filled with screaming fans, the nerves were almost endearing. "You look like you're about to walk on stage for the first time," Lauren teased, nudging him. Danny huffed out a laugh. "It feels like the first time," he admitted. "Except this time I know what I'm walking toward." Michael clapped a hand on his shoulder, unusually sincere. "Then you're already doing better than most people." Indeed, the guests seemed to feel it too, that this was not simply a wedding but a circle finally closing. Longtime friends filled the space. Nina, Paul, Tracy, even Phillies lurking in the back with an inscrutable expression. This was history repeating, but with wiser hearts and softer edges. A gentle hum settled over the crowd as the officiant stepped forward. A moment later, the music began, a stripped-down acoustic version of Mood for Love, one of Danny's old hits. Christine appeared at the top of the short aisle, and every whisper dissolved into awestruck silence. Danny's breath caught. For just a moment, the world shrank until only she existed, Christine, walking toward him with a smile that lit the entire evening. He could have sworn the lights dimmed in jealousy. "Hey, you," she whispered when she reached him. "Hey," he echoed, voice thick with emotion. The officiant began, but the two barely heard any of it. Instead, they studied each other with quiet reverence, like rediscovering a piece of themselves they once believed lost. When the vows came, Danny surprised everyone by pulling out a folded sheet of paper, creased and yellowed at the edges. Christine's eyes widened. "You kept that," she murmured. "The original vows I wrote for you the first time we got married," he said softly. "I found them the night I realized I needed you back in my life." His voice trembled as he read them, but it wasn't the trembling of uncertainty. It was gratitude and love and the weight of a past that had brought them back to this moment. Christine responded with vows of her own, freshly written, but echoing the promises of their youth, only now with the wisdom of years woven into every word. And when they kissed, slow, lingering, unapologetically emotional, the applause was thunderous. The photographer, a longtime friend of Lauren's, snapped it all, Danny brushing a tear from Christine's cheek, her head tipping onto his shoulder during the reception, Danny laughing as she smeared frosting on his nose. Every picture radiated joy. Every picture told a story. By the time evening deepened into night, Crimson Lights was alive with memories. Tessa played a gentle, romantic melody, Abby danced with Devon, even Phillies, after some self-talk, approached the couple with a sincere congratulation. For a moment, the world felt soft and uncomplicated. Lauren, sipping champagne, leaned over to Tracy. "You know what this reminds me of? The great weddings, the ones we still talk about." Tracy nodded eagerly. "Nikki and Victor's first big wedding at the ranch. The gown, the drama, the horses." Lauren laughed. "Beau and Hope's fairy tale wedding on Days of Our Lives. The carriage, the music, everybody thought they were royalty." "Luke and Laura," Tracy added. "The wedding that shut down the country, even the president watched." "And Brooke's near-endless weddings," Lauren joked, rolling her eyes affectionately. "To Ridge and Ridge again and Ridge some more." But then her expression softened as she looked over at the newlyweds. "Still, There's something special about this one. It's not flashy, it's not over the top, it's real. Trass, I nodded. History without the weight, love without the pressure, just two people finding each other again. Across the room, Christine and Danny shared a slow dance. They swayed gently, foreheads touching, as if the music existed only for them. Hard to believe it took us this long, Christine whispered. Danny tightened his arms around her. We had to grow, he said. We had to live, and then we had to decide who we wanted to be. Turns out, I always wanted to be the man standing here with you. Tears glittered in her eyes. Then don't let go. He didn't. As the night wound down, more photos were taken, candid shots that would later flood fans' screens. The newlyweds laughing beneath the twinkling lights, Christine's dress glowing soft ivory, Danny's hand forever reaching for hers. They looked like a couple stepping straight out of a fairy tale, not the glossy, perfect kind, but the kind where the heroes earn their happy ending. When at last the final guests drifted away, Christine and Danny lingered on the patio, alone at last. Fireflies flitted lazily around them, as though reluctant to let the evening end. Ready to start forever? Christine asked. Danny smiled, brushing a kiss across her knuckles. I've been ready since the moment I met you. And under the soft glow of lights and stars and memory, Christine Blair and Danny Romalotti walked hand in hand into the next chapter of their lives. Proof that sometimes love doesn't fade with time, it deepens.